Hey guys, John here from Sonic Drive Studio. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're checking out this awesome Schecter E1 Apocalypse in Red Rain. Before we dive in, let's take a listen to how beastly this guitar sounds in D standard through my ENGL Savage 120 Mark II. Check it out. Man, that sounded awesome. And what a beautiful guitar, eh? I think this thing is gorgeous. Check it out. What a nice guitar. So the Explorer, or E-shape, it's a body style that we're all familiar with, I'm sure. It's quite an iconic body style and quite unique as well. Not everybody loves these types of guitars, but there are some very well-known guitarists who are known for using them, like of course James Hetfield from Metallica and The Edge from U2. So those are some players that have really helped to make the E-shape more popular. Now, years ago, I actually had a Gibson Explorer. It was a black one that I had modded in the shop. They added a black pickguard and also EMG pickups just to make it look and sound more like a James Hetfield Explorer, basically. And that was a really cool guitar. Played really well, sounded good, very tight and chunky. And the body style was also very comfortable to play. It sits really well on the lap, and when you're standing up, it also feels great to play. Anyway, I did end up selling that guitar years ago, but I do remember it being a very cool guitar. So now, many years later, I have this Schecter E1 Apocalypse in Red Rain in my hands, and obviously it's also an E-style guitar, so also an Explorer-style guitar. With some modifications, of course, to make it look more unique and not exactly like a Gibson. But yeah, it's a really cool guitar, and this obviously is a more modern and heavy take on the classic Explorer shape. So I basically wanted this guitar to go back to that Explorer shape, just to dive back into that world. And let me tell you, this guitar does not disappoint. In fact, I absolutely ended up loving this guitar. It's so good. Let me tell you guys why I think this guitar is so good, and let's also do a walkthrough of the specs and features. And also check out a couple more sound clips, of course. So this guitar was crafted in South Korea, and this one obviously has this very unique and deep looking red rain finish, which is really nice in person. Now the top is very glossy, so it's a little bit hard to get on camera, but in person it looks absolutely gorgeous and definitely unique as well. Now the body was made out of swamp ash, so that's also a cool and unique wood choice for a guitar like this. And because of that, it's also not super heavy. And also note that we have a set neck design over here. And acoustically, luckily this guitar sounds really good, like really resonant and really great sustain. To me, that's very important, so I'm very pleased with that. Now, swamp ash is known for its punchy mids and its great cut, and it definitely does not disappoint in this guitar. Now, one thing that I absolutely adore about this guitar in terms of how it looks is the contrast between the looks of the front, which is obviously deep red and black looking, with the back. So this is the satin back with the swamp ash body and the satin neck as well. And then we have this very glossy front, and I just love the contrast between that. It's just so cool. It's almost as if the back is more gorgeous than the front in some ways. Really cool. Now, of course, this is a more modernized version of that classic E shape, and they did some tweaks to the body to make it look a little bit more unique with this cutaway over here and here, for example. And on the back, they added these bevels to make it more comfortable when you're playing it. Now we have a 5-piece neck that is made out of maple and padauk, and we also have carbon fiber reinforcement in the neck, which should help with the stability of the guitar and with the neck staying straight. Now we have a 25.5-inch scale length on this guitar, which is also great, and it makes this guitar very well suited for down tuning. I have it strung up with a set of 11s from Elixir, my favorite string brand, and I currently have it tuned to standard D, but I also use this in drop C, and that scale length is just great for that tuning. In terms of the neck profile, this guitar has a thin C shape, so it's very, very comfortable and fast. It just feels so nice in the hand. It's hard to explain. It's something that you should experience, but just know that, yeah, it's a very comfortable guitar to play. Also because of the satin finish. So that in combination with the neck shape really helps. And of course, on the front of the guitar, we have this black ebony fretboard, which looks really nice and quite dark indeed. And then we have these 24 extra jumbo stainless steel frets. So they also feel very smooth. They are perfectly leveled, so the action is very nice and low without fret buzz. So again, this neck and the frets just feels so nice to play. So comfortable, and honestly, it's kind of blowing me away how comfortable this is. And the fret ends are also rounded off very nicely, which you don't always see with stainless steel frets. So yeah, I'm very impressed in terms of how this thing plays and feels in the hand. And that in combination with the great sounding wood and the beautiful looks makes for a very nice instrument. So very unique and inspiring. And the Roman numerals on the neck here are also a nice touch, and it really helps to give that guitar the from hell look. Of course, this guitar also comes with locking tuners, Schecter locking tuners. We've got a Graphtec nut over here, and of course satin black hardware, which looks really nice. And then we have this 3-way selector switch over here, placed very nicely away from this spot over here, and then a volume and a tone control with a push-pull pot so you can split the humbuckers. Now, talking about the humbuckers, these are the Schecter USA Apocalypse 6 pickups. And these pickups are no slouch. They sound great, and they also look really cool with those exposed bobbins. It really helps with the aesthetics of the guitar, I think. But yeah, I really like how these pickups sound. They are quite loud. They are really well suited for heavy music, obviously. They are punchy sounding, articulate, and they have a nice cut, but also very nicely balanced. So that's really nice. And especially the bridge pickup is very well suited for heavy music, obviously, which is what this guitar is kind of geared towards. So with this pickup being very well suited for the heavy stuff, the neck pickup is great for clean tones. It's also a very hot pickup, but it does sound great for clean tones. So we're going to try that right now on the humbucker mode through my Diezel VH2 on channel 1, which is a great clean channel. Again, with the guitar tuned to D standard. Okay, let's take a listen. right, some beautiful cleans right there. I really wasn't expecting that, but this guitar delivers when it comes to the beautiful cleans. Very cool. Now let's tune this guitar down to drop C and try some more heavy riffs on the bridge pickup, this time through my Peavey 6505 1992 original. Let's check it out. Very cool, fat and chunky sounding, but still with plenty of definition. Love it. So what are my thoughts on this guitar? Well, as you could probably tell, I'm really impressed by this guitar and I honestly love it a lot. So I only kind of have positive things to say, to be honest, because yeah, it's just ticking a lot of boxes for me. I think this guitar looks really cool with this beautiful sort of glossy red finish on the front and the more menacing look on the front. And the contrast between that and the more natural looking back. I just love that a lot about the looks of the guitar. Of course, that's a very personal thing. I happen to love it, but you might not like it. Again, it plays amazingly well, super smooth, super fast, and super comfortable. The frets are very nice. The edges are nice. It feels very comfortable in terms of how low the action is without fret buzz. And the stainless steel frets are very smooth as well, so that's all great. It also sounds really nice because of the quality woods and the construction is just very well made. So it's resonant and yeah, and that in combination with the great playability makes for a wonderful playing and sounding guitar. And of course these passive pickups are very nice as well, as you could hear. They may not be your thing if you're not into super hot sounding pickups. So keep that in mind. They're basically very well suited for heavy styles and beautiful cleans of course, and you do have the split coil option for a bit more versatility. But if you're into very low output pickups, so for more classic styles or blues or whatnot, these may not be perfect for you. But then again, if you're not really into heavy music, you might not be looking at this guitar in the first place after all. But yeah, I am really honest with you guys. I think this guitar is basically perfect. I mean, again, it ticks all the boxes in terms of the way it looks, in terms of the way it sounds, and in terms of the way it plays. For some reason, and I wasn't expecting that at all, but I was very curious about the guitar and that's why I got it. But yeah, I'm just very impressed, and this probably now is one of my favorite guitars, so I'm expecting that you guys will see it a lot more on the channel. So yeah, that's really nice and I couldn't be more happy with it. Quick disclaimer, this guitar was sent to me by Voerman, David. He's a really nice guy. They sent this to me and they're basically the local distributor for Schecter guitars. So again, thanks to David for arranging this. I really appreciate it. At this time, I'm not 100% sure what the arrangement will be for this guitar. I might get a discount. I'll probably have to gonna pay for this guitar, but I'm just not sure yet. So that's why I can't tell you exactly what the deal will be as of yet. But do note that I'm not getting paid for this video at all, okay? That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe down below, as that really helps the channel out. I'd usually appreciate that. And of course, you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers.